Hi!
Hi, camera.
You guys ready?
It's time.
We've got a gargoyle. He makes sure the house is safe.
Protects us from evil spirits.
This is Fat Stallion, speakers of things.
Movers of mouths, sending air through our trachea up into our throat.
Vocal cords.
Causing our vocal cords to vibrate and make noise.
We said so
good at
much
that.
science.
So much science.
I work with the school district. One guy, his name's Coach Brad, he also paints. And he made this for us. How cool is
Isn't
that?
that so
huh?
cool?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You can be professional and not serious.
The four of us are pretty good at, getting projects done. But we also like to have a good time doing it. I mean, like, if you're, like, why not? You know what I mean?
Professionalism should be your ability to complete tasks rather than how you complete the
Yeah.
task.
And work with people.
Yeah. One of the most important things to remember, not necessarily the most important thing to accomplish, but the most important thing to keep in mind is that you still need recharge time. You still
Absolutely.
need to take a break, even if you're working super hard. I put in about 6 hours of work this morning that ended up all going in the trash can. And then having to go for a walk and meditate and recharge a little bit, do some things just for me away from all of the projects that we're working on are super important. So
Another question. Liam was wanting to know, what is our favorite indie band at the moment?
I guess it depends on your definition of indie, because for a long time it was a very broad term for just any artist that was completely independent. But now it's starting to get this kind of aesthetic to it. A couple of
Edison's a good one.
really cool.
Yeah, Edison's neat.
Yeah.
When we were still up at the University of Wyoming, there's it's called the Gardens, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, it's like the basement of the student union.
One week we played there, and then like a week or two later they played there on like a 2-month-long tour kind of thing, and they were going around. About a year or two later, they actually played Red Rocks. When they were playing at the university, we went and saw them, and she jumped up on top of one of the tables, and I was like, wow, I really hope she doesn't fall. But that was really cool. Because they were just kind of like rickety little tables, just cheap little tables.
Yeah, we've
Man,
been
I'm all
listening and
over the
talking a
place.
lot about the Flowbots. They're
Very
really
good
awesome.
band.
You can kind of call them independent, kind of not.
Yeah, the
I don't really know.
Flowbots
They kind of.
are
Again,
rad.
it's that kind of gray area as far as like label.
Yeah,
but that doesn't really matter. We like their music a lot,
A
which
lot.
is cool.
If you want to support like some really awesome like Colorado music, you should support the Flowbots.
Mm-hmm.
They're rad. They're from
Yeah.
Denver.
Straight out of Denver.
They got a really awesome message, and they're doing a lot of really cool things musically and stylistically as well, blending a lot of really cool like kind of rock funk and then with like kind of a hip hop front
Yeah.
basically. So it's really cool.
It's very cool.
When they're pretty busy activists too. They're
Very
always
busy.
they're always
Yes.
doing really good things.
Chancey wants to know if we like music more, knowing if it's from a group that's working independently.
Personally, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Because
either.
we're not
Either
really
way.
we as a group really aren't like that focused on being completely independent either. Like we want to be like do as much as we can by ourselves, but like we're certainly not opposed to working with other people. We just want to find people who like share the same like ideals and not personalities, but
like
like on
mine-
the same page with
Yeah, like
us.
mindset and values. People that are
Like entrepreneurial,
Yes.
kind of.
They're like entrepreneurs that are-
What I've noticed with a lot of people that are more independent musicians, because of the way the industry is shaped nowadays, they tend to be more rounded individually as like members of the band. You get people like Chance the Rapper, who won a Grammy for an album that he recorded himself and promoted himself. Back up a step. Chance the Rapper didn't record everything himself. He had a lot of friends working on it. There were some horn players from Berkeley that arranged a lot of the music and a lot of the like horn lines and stuff on the record. But he networked and he put all of those people together himself. He didn't do that with a label backing him. Macklemore's big record, his big debut record, The Heist, was also him and Ryan Lewis. And those kinds of mentalities I think are really cool because that's really where the music industry is heading nowadays. A lot of people complain about the music industry dying and like all of these different aspects, you know.
That streaming music is going to kill the music industry, CDs are going to kill the music industry, iTunes is going to kill the music industry, Apple's killing the music industry, you know, all of these
things that I think are really narrow-minded, that it's like Emma said, it's just changing, and this is the way that it's changing. And so to be able to look at the people that are recognizing that change and actually are on the cusp of that wave as it's moving forward, I think there's a lot more to gain and to learn from them as somebody that's in the music industry as well than maybe somebody like Travis Scott, who I really dig, but he's backed completely by Kanye West. Chaz Chandler found Jimi Hendrix and made him successful, you know, things like that, of somebody that is established in the music industry giving the success to somebody else. Nowadays it's more about being an entrepreneur and figuring it out and making it happen for yourself, which I think is really exciting.
But yeah, I mean, but to go back to the question, like, I personally, it's always kind of nice when I find out that somebody's doing their stuff independently. It's kind of like a cherry on top. Like, usually I'm like, wow, you know, I really like this song. And I might like it a little bit more when I realize that it's somebody who's doing it by themselves, like, you know, because then they're a little bit more relatable, I think. But it's not really a make or break for me.
That's not what I look for when I'm listening to music.
What is our favorite song that we have written so far?
Ooh, jeez.
It's hard.
We're probably going to have 4 different answers.
Probably, but it's because we're 4 different people. Good news. We could probably change the question slightly, since, you know, some of these are more of an individual's ideas than others. Like, you know, Ask is from me. Maybe we could like pick like the favorite songs that like we brought to the table. Right now, my favorite song that I have brought to the table that you guys haven't really heard yet is Seeds.
Yes.
Mostly just because I'm excited about what it might be able to do with the community. I'm really looking forward to connecting with people over that. And I think it'll be good. Like, I'm happy about how it came about. I'm happy about how it feels when I sing it. I'm happy about the kinds of responses that I've gotten from people so far, and I'm really looking forward to see what happens with it.
For me, it's probably Diverted Eyes. I just like.
Yeah.
It's funny for me because it's like the first song I ever learned is Fat Stallion, but like I like that song a lot. It's just got like a nice groove and vibe.
I think probably my favorite song that I've brought to the table is Wings.
that you can listen to if you go to our website, fatstallion.com.
And you can
It's
listen to
free.
the whole Equine 1 EP there, which is this 5-song thing that tells a story, and Wings is the...
It's also on YouTube.
It is, yeah, the entire thing.
Yeah.
But it's Wings is like the darkest part of the album, probably, where not the protagonist, but whatever the other
The co-protagonist.
the co-protagonist, yeah, is that's when she kills herself, and so it's a really dark moment in the album. But as far as songwriting and song structure and lyrics and stuff, I really like how that one turned out, because it's, as a songwriter for myself, I want to get really good at telling stories, and I think that's probably the best example of storytelling that I have so far.
I really like Bridges.
Yeah.
That's
Bridges
one.
is good.
That's one that's going to be on the album too. It's kind of like it's a ballad, and it's just kind of like a back and forth relationship that's struggling. I think my favorite song to play live has gotta be Big Break. That's one that like
Man.
I get like I don't know, like playing that one live, I get sassy. Like, you know, if you ever watch like The Who on YouTube, I try and go just for like that big old Pete Townsend kind of just without breaking anything, but like.
Trevor asked us, what song on the radio right now gives us chills?
One that I guess comes to mind, I didn't even know it was on the radio, but I was listening to it and Emma said that she'd heard it a whole bunch on the radio. I don't remember what song it is, but the whole first album of a band called Prevail, or I Prevail, it's kind of a modern, like down-tuned metal pop metal band sort of thing. They've got some cool stuff, and if that counts as
Yeah.
being on the radio, then I think that's pretty sweet. I think there's
Yeah.
some pretty good songwriters, and I think the production on it is really solid too.
Favorite Who song?
Oh man,
they're
there's
all
so
good.
many good ones.
Actually,
I
that's
like-
funny. We were just
I like-
talking about
yeah.
maybe adding some Who to
some
our
Who.
rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Baba O'Reilly.
That's a good
That's
one.
like my favorite.
That's probably the first Who song I ever heard.
I love that one.
That's
a
a
good
really
one.
good one.
Yeah, Won't Get Fooled Again is also
That's
really good.
I really like this "See Me, Hear Me, Feel Me," like listening
The
to
theme
you.
from Tommy.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
thing. That one gives me chills. I'll be driving and I'll like whip out my Tommy album and throw it in, and I'll because it's the very end. Well, there's two parts where they do it. There's
Yeah.
the very ending of the album, but then some other time in the middle, and I'll just go to like the very end and just crank it, and it's just
It's so good.
it's so good.
The whole Quadrophenia album also has a very special place in my heart.
Your guys' participation and your comments are great.
Yeah.
We
love
literally made a whole video off of your guys' comments one time.
it. Yeah.
Because they're so good.
Coming.
Yeah.
If we get a bunch more that we like, we might do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
We would rather talk to you anyway. Again, it's been Fat Stallion. You guys are great. We love talking to you. And as always, like, you can check us out all over the interweb. Look at all of your favorite media places: YouTube, Facebook, Insta, wherever it is.
There's some more videos here and here,
Yes.
whatever those are.
Give a boot.
Give a boop to the like button
Check
and
it out.
subscribe.
Good night.
Love you.
Good night.
Bye.
Sleep well.
I need to not have such explosive diarrhea farts.